Hello, this is Caitlin Rule, and this is my presentation on me and action research for AAP 803 Module 1. So first, to tell you a little bit about me, here's a picture of my little family. I have my husband Chandler. We've been married for almost 2 years now, and our baby girl Charlie, she is 10 months old and just started walking. So it's been a lot of fun chasing her around and kind of seeing her explore. We also have two little fur babies. One is a golden retriever. His name is Bocephus, and he is almost 2 years old now. And then his buddy is Kane, and Kane loves to hang out with Bo, but he also has to go to work every day. He goes to work with my husband, and he's been lots of fun. We've recently had some really nice weather, so we got a chance to go to the zoo and kind of go outside on some nice walks. So I have some recent pictures of us at the zoo and heading outside to get some sunshine. A little bit about me professionally. This is my 6th year of teaching. My first 4 years of teaching were on base at Fort Riley, and I taught at Ware Elementary. And that was so much fun and a great experience to be able to work with students from all over the world. And then I am now currently in my 2nd year at Auburn Elementary, which is a part of the Auburn-Washburn School District. So I have some demographics here, and our district is a 6A school district that holds about 6,400 students over a 128 square mile radius. So over here I have kind of a view of where our schools are at, and to show where Auburn Elementary is, we are right here where it's a pinpoint at. So we cover this whole rural area of the southwestern part of Topeka, and we have a lot of rural students. We have some that travel in from Topeka, but most of them live kind of out in the country in the outskirts here. Our school holds about 413 students. So to dive right in, what is action research? Action research is planning to make a change and then making the change by observing what happens, evaluating the change, and reflecting on what you want to do next. So to kind of break that down, action research is a type of inquiry that is practical, theoretical, and concerned with change and improvement. So action research is undertaken through your practice. It's about your own practice, so you can bring that into your own professional job of what you're doing then and make changes. What is the purpose of action research? Well, the purpose is to find out what is actually working by identifying a question, testing out a strategy, gathering data, and then determining if it works. So the end result is something dynamic, innovative, and tied directly to your own classroom. Action research helps the development of expert teachers. Because it's an ongoing process, teachers are reflecting on their own practice, and they're highlighting what's going well and what needs to be changed. There are 4 main types of this action research. Number 1 would be individual, and that's when an individual teacher usually focuses on their own single classroom. There's collaborative, and that's depending on the number of teachers. You can work together to work on one classroom or maybe several classrooms. Then we have school-wide, which is all school, so the whole school will kind of focus on one thing to change or one area of problem to kind of collect data and see how we can make changes there. And then there's also district-wide, which kind of takes school-wide and just makes it district. What is the goal of action research? I found that typical goals of action research include evaluating outcomes, enhancing student achievement, and improving educational practices. To help develop expert teachers and a way to explore, understand, and improve our practices as teachers is also a main goal of action research. So what are the main steps of action research? I found in a lot of my research that you will do these 4 steps, but then you will also repeat and repeat until you find something that works. So the first step would be planning. You're going to plan, you're going to design, you're going to have literature review to kind of see what needs to change and what can be improved. And then number two, you're going to take action. You're going to collect data. You're going to see what is happening when you make these changes. Then number three, you're going to analyze and observe the data you have collected. You're going to see what changes actually happened and what maybe didn't happen. And then number four, you're going to draw a conclusion. You're going to reflect on your whole research and what you've done. And then you can either choose to share your research and share what you found, or you can repeat those steps to see if you need to collect more data and find a different solution. What is the difference between action research and traditional research? I found that action research contains data collection, analysis, and interpretation. The exploration part of action research focuses on evaluating the action being carried out rather than just exploring the situation more broadly. While traditional research is defined as organized, systematic search for answers to questions that we ask. This might be thought of as a lot of reading or writing a paper to present your findings. What are the common problems associated with action research? I found that some problems could be, as a teacher, you may want to change course several times. A teacher kind of just naturally goes with the flow and moves along with what the students are doing to kind of keep them engaged and keep them involved. But for the data, you need to make sure that you're staying on course. And that kind of goes with the next one. We are so open to unknowns. We're usually open to try new things, but we need to resist temptation to try something different until it's time to do so for the data collection. And I also found that it can be overwhelming and timely to implement at times. So to make sure that you have a plan in place and you know kind of what's coming next. So how could action research help improve my current teaching? Well, of course, we can always have more student engagement and academic achievement, more opportunities to explore, understand, and improve educational strategies and professional teachings. And I could also find it as a way of self-reflection professionally and personally. So there's always room to improve. What does research say about the success of action research and its impact on student learning and teacher performance? For student learning, it can impact academic achievement, improve confidence and social skills, student engagement, participation, and even improve attendance and regularity of students coming to school. For the teacher performance, teachers will have more willingness to try new implementation of strategies. They can identify issues and as acts of obstacles to change. They can become more professional, more interested in aspects of higher education and more motivated to try their research. They kind of take more ownership for their research, so they want to keep trying to do better. They have greater job satisfaction, and they look for more ways to improve themselves personally. So my personal and professional use, thoughts, misgivings on action research. I found that I think it's motivating to self-reflect on my own teachings, and I'm always eager to find strategies for improvement. I am constantly seeking growth opportunities, so I can see action research as a way to kind of take a time to reflect and pinpoint my eagerness to improve on one certain thing, to be able to help that research to see what improvements I actually need to be made. I could really see this being beneficial for our PLC groups and do it collaboratively as a whole grade level. And I can also see that it would probably be time consuming. I saw that as something that could maybe stand out. But I think if we started at the earlier time in the year, maybe not like right now at the end of the year, that we would have more of a chance to not make it feel as time consuming. Have I or my school conducted action research in the past? Well, I found that my school is currently a part of a research of academic, behavioral, and social plan called CI3T. which is comprehensive, integrated, three-tiered model of prevention. This is kind of ties in a little bit of everything, and I found that our school is now in its 5th year with the CI3T process, and we have had major improvements of school-wide behavior all around, which really helps the academics as well. So how does all of this support the educational successes and well-beings of each student and adult regarding these components? I have action research leads improvement processes by including data, design, implementation, and evaluation. It also begins with a professional evaluating challenges, developing a plan for improvement, and implementing the plan for academic and non-academic student programs. This action research focuses on academic and non-academic instructional practices that support equity, digital literacy, and other school systems. It also includes evaluating instructional improvements, developing student learning and well-being strategic, and implementing formal and informal assessments that are culturally responsive and data informed. It also includes collaboratively evaluating, developing and implementing the school's curriculum, instruction, technology, data systems, and assessment practices in a coherent, equitable, and systematic manner. For the standard correlation, this assignment demonstrated correlation to the standards by having me evaluate their readings on action research, developing and designing a presentation on my learning, and evaluate my current knowledge and implement the practices in an instructional manner. This assignment was relevant to my current learning because it provided me with examples of how I can conduct action research in my own classroom. I really had little understanding of how teachers conducted their own research in their classrooms, so now being able to put a name and definition to this action was very beneficial to me. How will this assignment influence the decisions I will make as a future school leader? Well, this assignment will influence the decisions I will make as a future school leader by providing me with a deeper understanding of action research and how to develop my own research in the future. I have learned the steps that are needed to take to do this, and was provided with examples on how I can improve my instruction in my own classroom. And then here are some references, and here are my other references. Thank you so much.